Good morning. I think I'm on. I wanted to make sure that I'm on correct, and it looks like I am. So we've got about 30 about 30 seconds left. Let me get this straightened up. All right, 10 o'clock. It is time for Stampin' Thursday. And I'm so excited to be here with you today. We have got a really fun card to make. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. First, I just want to remind you about the Summer Picnic Basket Challenge. I've got a frog in my throat. Let me take a sip of water. All right. The Summer Picnic Basket Challenge, I've already got quite a few tickets in there. So if you want your name on a ticket, all you have to do is comment or interact in some way. Follow my blog. Just click follow off to the left on my blog, and I think you have to put your email address in, or comment on my YouTube, or post a photo of one of the cards you've made, or place an online order, and the code is right up on this page. The host code, you need to use that. Or there's any way that you interact. Now, it's not just click like. I mean, I want you to do that, and I love it when you do that. But for the Summer Picnic Basket Challenge, you need to participate in some way. At the end of the summer, at the end of August, I will be drawing a name from that basket, and that person will receive a stamp set. So, well worth your time, and I hope you enjoy these videos, and I hope you participate and go and make the cards. This card today was so much fun. I couldn't stop making samples, and if I'd had a little more time, I had an idea for another one, but I ran out of time. All right, so today we're going to be using the Cup of Tea stamp set. This card is so versatile. This double Z fun fold card is so versatile. But today we're going to use the Cup of Tea stamp set for the sample that we're going to make. We'll actually use the teacup die, and we'll use the flower dies. We'll use these flower dies, and we'll use the thank you and the flower and the leaf stamps. So, all right, I'm going to set this aside. When you first see the dimensions to cut, I don't want you to be overwhelmed, because it really is so simple. Let me move this over. This is my blog, and everything will be on my blog. All the dimensions, photos, everything will be on my blog later on this morning. So I wanted you to be sure and see stampindedespot.blogspot.com. But for now, these are the dimensions that we're going to use. And this is the Z fold that we're going to make today. And you see that when you open it up, it's the double Z. And if you turn it up like this, you see this Z. Of course, it's backwards. This Z and this Z. So that's why it's called the double Z. But it is really such an easy card to make. So let's get with it. Put that right there. Let me scroll down. Okay. All right. Okay. So the first piece that we're going to need is the card base, and it is 8.5 by 5.5, and it is scored in two places. It's scored at 4 1/4, and it's scored at 6 3/8. So you can see, here's the two scores, 4 1/4 and 6 3/8. All right, so we're going to need that. And then we're going to need another piece of cardstock, same color. And it is 8 1/2 by 2 1/2, so it's the same length as this one, but it's only 2 1/2 inches wide. And it's scored the exact same way, 4 1/4 and 6 3/8. So it's the same scores. The 6 3/8, let me show you. On our trimmer, you have to open up for that. And the 6 3/8, let me get a pen and show you. So I went here's 6 1/8, 2/8, and 3/8. I put it right here at the edge. So I put it right at the edge. And then 4/8, of course, is a half. So 6 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 2/8, 3/8. So I just brought it right up to the edge. And that's how I did my 6 3/8. So just a little hint to help you with the Stampin' Up! Trimmer. All right, so we've got the two main bases now of our card. So then our designer series paper, we need one piece. Let me turn this way. We need one piece that's going to go right here. So it's going to go right here. And it's 3 3/4 by 5. So you can see that it just fits right in that space. 3 3/4 by 5. The other designer series paper is 1 3/4 by 5, and it's going to go right there. And then your card is going to fold like this. You're going to fold it. You're going to fold the card base as if you were making a regular card. So you fold it, and then you'll fold this one back. And we've got it folded, so we might as well go ahead and score. And you want to score really well, because this is a card that doesn't stay closed shut real well. But that's all right. You know, that's okay. It's such a pretty card, isn't it? Oh, my goodness. All right. And I usually do it several times. So that's our card base. And then this is going to be just the opposite. So it is going to be, this is going to be here. Let me get it. And this is going to be here. So it's going to fold like this. And we're going to put it down like this. So the long piece is going to go first. And then the other is just folded back. And for some reason, my trimmer gets this wrong every time. All right, I got it right that time. All right, well, sort of. All right, so those are our two main pieces. Then our two cardstock pieces are here and here. And then all we have left. Now, I put white or light, and in reality, I used a darker one for this right here, and it's 3 3/4 by 2. But I'm just going to decorate it. I'm not going to stamp anything on it. If you're going to stamp something on it, then you might want it to be a little lighter, or you could put some white on it. And then for this inside piece right here, I am going to put just white. All right. Okay, well, let's start assembling our card. So the first thing we're going to do is adhere this piece of DSP onto our 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 piece. So I'm going to move that aside. And this is our 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece of designer series paper. this teacup paper, what is it called, that goes with the bundle, the cup of tea bundle, is beautiful. I had a hard time deciding which papers to use, and of course you can see that I used a different one for this one. I used one of the others. They're all so pretty. Let's see. It is called Tea Boutique, and it's 6x6 papers. It's got some beautiful papers in it. So don't miss out on that. All right, and then we're going to take this piece, our 1 3/4 by 5, and we're going to adhere it. I'm going to put it right here. Yeah, you want them to be the same height. So just so it looks nice. All right. Now, we're ready to do what we're going to do to the front of this. Actually, I'm not doing any stamping on this. This is your 3 3/4 by 2 piece that goes on to this. So I'm just going to go ahead now and adhere it to, this is the 8 1/2 by 2 1/2 piece that we scored exactly the same as the card base. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this, and as you can see, all I did was reversed this piece. That's what's so neat, is the reverse sides of these are just as pretty as the front side. And of course, they all coordinate, and that's what makes it nice. Okay, so I've got that piece down, and now I'm going to go ahead and prepare the front. And the front, I did the exact same as this. I'm going to cut my teacup out of the very same paper, and I'm going to cut this down so that it'll fit through my mini cut and emboss. So let me get my teacup die. And back this up. Put my teacup die in here. And send it through. Okay. Put my teacup die away. Now I've got my teacup ready for the front. In my flowers, I'm going to use the 2 little dies out of the tea, the cup of tea bundle. And I'm going to use Pretty Pink, no, Petal Pink, and Sweet Sorbet. So this is the Petal Pink, and I got both of those. The Sweet Sorbet is in the card base in this designer paper, and the Petal Pink is in there. So I tried to pick up those 2 colors. Of course, the teacup picks up the Starry Sky and the Orchid Oasis. All right, so I'm going to die cut my flowers. I need about 5 of these. So I'm going to cut I'm going to run it through several times. I'm so thankful they put 2 of these little flowers in the die set. It makes it easier to cut a bunch. Whoops. All right. I jostled them around. So let me get them back on here. I could use washi tape, but I'm not right now. Okay. That's 4. I think I'll go ahead and see if I can get 2 more on here, and then I'll for sure have everything I need. Turn this around, put these on here. Now see if I can get it in without jostling them around. Whoa, I almost did it. I did. All right. Okay, now we know that we'll have enough of the petal pink. And now we'll do the sweet sorbet. This red is so pretty. This sweet sorbet. Okay, I'm just going to cut a piece off of it so that I have, and put our flowers on here again. I don't know why I don't start with it up here, because they move around every time I don't. Okay. So I'm going to start with it up here this time. Learn a lesson. Don't we learn a lesson? Every time we do something, I learn something. I make a mistake and learn from that, or I learn an easier way to do something. Okay. There we go. So I try to remember to share those with you. All right. And I love it when you share what you've learned with me. Oh, see, here I go again. Let's put it over here. Take these 2 flowers off. Leave it up here for the next 2. Yeah, I learned so much from my fellow demonstrators and my customers. And I love learning new things. Love learning new things. Don't you? I love learning new things. Put it back on here. Get these 2 flowers off. And cut my last 2. I'm going to turn it around so that it'll go through easier. Cut my last 2. We may not use all these, but we might. We'll see. Okay. All right, now we've got our flowers cut. And the only thing we have left for the front of this card is the greenery. And I'm not going to do any more die cutting. So let me put this away, because for our greenery, we're going to use the bow punch. And that is going to make it very easy to get our greenery. So I just want the big one. So I'm going to put it in. This ought to be just wide enough for the big one. So I need 3 of these. So I'm going to get 2 out of this piece of paper. I'm just using scraps that I've pulled out. Do you save your scraps? Oh my, I use my scraps a lot. So here's another scrap. So that gives me my 3 pieces of greenery that I need. All right, now we're ready to start building this. So I'll put my cup of tea, my teacup, and I'm going to use dimensionals for that. And oh my goodness, surely I have another large dimensional in here. Oh good, I have put a new pack in there because I knew that I was running out. Do you use a lot of dimensionals? Oh my, I use a lot of dimensionals. So I have to keep packs handy, new packs handy. And these are the larger ones. I use a lot more of the larger ones than I do the smaller ones. So, and I'm not going to put the dimensionals at the top because I'm going to be sticking my greenery in the top. So I'm just going to put 3 dimensionals toward the bottom. And I'm going to turn my cup at an angle, a little bit of an angle, and put it toward the bottom. Here we go. All right. And now I can put my greenery in, but I'm going to trim the little stem off because I want it to stick down in there. And I don't need the stem. So I'm just going to put, this is the first time I've used it this morning. So I'm probably going to have to pull the hardened glue out of the top. Let's see. Yeah. That's all the glue that I need. I don't need the top glued. Okay, this one. Oh, and you know what I want to do on this one? I'm going to cut that stem, that leaf off because I don't want it to stick out. There we go. I got that one on. Those 2 pieces out of here. And cut the stem. I don't have to cut that leaf away because this one's going in the middle. So I'm going to stick it right in the middle and push it down. Now, it can hang over the top. That's just fine because this is the front of the card. And I've got some glue oozing out and it'll dry clear. No problem. All right. And so this one, we're going to cut the stem and that leaf off because I don't want it. Should have been the other one. It's okay. All right. And now we're going to put glue on this just a tiny bit. And it's going to go right here. There we go. So we've got our greenery in. And now we're going to fill in with our pretty, pretty flowers. And on these, I just kind of bent the petals up a little tiny bit. And I'm going to use glue dots. I could just use a dot of glue. But I'm going to use glue dots to put these down. And this is just random. Not even put the petals up just a tiny bit. Okay. Maybe another petal pink. Glue dot it. Put that down here. A red one. Okay, I see you. I just had a chance to look and I see you. Thank you for being here. All right. bend these petals up just the tiniest bit. And another glue dot. Put this right up here. Another red. This is that sweet sorbet. Okay. Another glue dot. Put that over here. Well, we have 5. I think that's enough. I think that's enough. Now, what I do want to do is have a couple of them falling off. Now, I have to confess, the reason I did that over here is that I made a mistake. And I needed a way to cover it up. But after I did it, I liked it. I thought, you know, I like that. So I'm going to have a couple of them falling out of the teacup. All right. There we go. All right. That's all of the little flowers that I think we need for right now. So I'm going to put the rest of them over here. All right. Now, the last thing I want to do with the flowers is put a pearl in the middle of each one. I just thought that made it so, I don't know. It just makes it stand out. So, here we go. Put a pearl, and these are just pearl basic jewels. Put one in the middle of each one. So, like I said, the first of these I used to make a birthday card. And then it was so easy to do and so fun that I started making more of them. And that's when I thought, you know, I need to just do my Facebook Live with this, because if I enjoy it this much, then others may enjoy it too. So that's kind of how this Facebook Live came to be. All right, now we've got our pearls. So now we're going to take our last little piece, and it's the 1.5 by 2 piece. I'll get this scooted back down. And we're going to stamp thank you on this one. You could stamp anything, but I'm going to stamp thank you, and I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it in black. Yeah, I'm just going to do it in black. Thank you. I'll get my chamois and clean my stamp before it dries. Well, that black is juicy. All right, I'm going to take my stamp off. All right, give this a minute to dry. And I'm going to stamp the leaf, a little leaf at the bottom in soft succulent. Just to give it a little interest. I'll make sure. Okay, and I'm just gonna stamp it right here in the bottom. There we go. Just the one, that's all I needed. Okay. And now we're ready to put that one on. So I'm going to do it with glue. My standby. And we'll put it right in the middle of this. Okay. All right. Now we're ready to put this card together. and put the last touch on it. And before I do that, I'm going to score it one more time, just to get a good solid score on it. I mean, I'm going to crease it, burnish it one more time. So we're going to use tear and tape to put this on because I want it to hold. And tear and tape is easy to use. So on this end, I'm going to start with this end. You don't want to go in any further than the width of this. So I'm going to put 3 little pieces of tear and tape right along the corner, right along the end here. All right, got those. I'm going to go ahead and put my tear and tape on here, but we're not going to do it. We're going to do the other end first. But this one, the whole piece is going to be glued down. So I'll put my tear and tape along here. I don't know why I get it over the edge on this one. Probably did it again. All right, I'm going to put it right along the crease there. I did. Just the same amount. So at least I'm making the same mistake. The same distance. All right, now I'm going to get this on me and not be able to get it off. You just watch. All right, let's see if I can get it into the trash. Well, not yet. There it goes. All right. Okay, so we're going to do the long piece first. I'm going to use my Take a Pick tool just because it's easier that way. And lift the back of the tear and tape. I'll really get it down so that when you lift, it doesn't lift the sticky part up. All right. So we're going to come along here, and you can put it anywhere. If you've got something you want to see down at the bottom, you can put it more toward the top. This one I'm just going to put right in the middle. Right in the middle. There it goes. And then we'll turn this over, take the tear and tape off. All right, and this one, you want to do it folded so that it fits perfectly. So you do it folded, mash it down. There you go. It's perfect. Isn't that beautiful? Now, I'm going to finish off the card with a ribbon. This is Petal Pink. And I'm just going to use a glue dot. I'm going to put it right here on the base. We're done. We're done. That is our card. See how easy that is? And once you get your pieces cut, it is just nothing to put together. Now, I do have an additional, this doesn't leave you any place to write a note. So I decided to get an additional piece of 4 by 5 1/4 and maybe use the Sweet Sorbet. Maybe use the flower, the stamp this time, and stamp a couple of flowers. Oh dear. Let's see if I can make up for that. I sort of did. A couple of flowers. And, oh, my leaf. I put my leaf back, didn't I? And I thought I'd do my leaf in a soft succulent. So, do a leaf right down here. One in the middle. One up here at the top. There again. I'm getting in a hurry. Let's see if I can. There we go. All right. And now we can put this on the back and have a place to write a note if we want to do that. So I'll get my tape runner. Put it on the back. And I have a place to write a sweet note if I want to do that. And then if you stamp your card, you can, you know, with your logo, you can stamp it right in here. So here's our card. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that sweet? So you can see I did these two a little different. Which one do you like better? This one uses the orchid, the gorgeous grape, I think, or the Highland Heather, I think is what this is. So it pulls that out of the card, whereas this one pulls the red out of the card. I like them both. I like them both. And this one, what did I do? I did the same thing inside. All right, let me show you. I told you once I did the one that I needed for my birthday party, for my birthday, I kept going. I kept making more. So I needed one. I needed to make one for my July monthly class to go. And for my July monthly class to go, and it's a to-go class, I am using Bewitching. Let me grab it. I'm using this stamp set. This is the July monthly class to go, and I'll talk about this more next Thursday. But I'm using this stamp set. Love this. Love this. It is so cute. So I thought, you know what? I'll do one of these cards for that class. And so this is the class I did, or this is the card that I did, one of the cards for that class. But see how easy it makes it? I mean, just so easy. So that's one of the cards that I did. I thought I need one, a softer one for, you know, get well or... So this one with flowers. This is with the Cottage Rose bundle. And I left this space to write a note. So I thought, you know, I'll use that to write a note. Okay. And then I think my all-time favorite paper, although I love designer series paper, I am a paper addict. I truly am a paper addict. But I love the Horizons paper. And I think today is the last day you can order this paper. Man, if you haven't stocked up on this like I have, let me encourage you to do it because it makes making a card so easy. But here's the one I did with this paper. And I just die cut a couple of the deer. I didn't have to do anything to the paper. I did stamp some trees and stamp some birds at the top. But doesn't that make it easy? Oops, I got it up a little high, didn't I? Yeah. So those are the cards that I did besides my cup of tea cards. And let me scoot that up a little bit. And I hope that you will make a double Z fold, fun fold card too, and post a photo of it. Post it on my blog. Post it on the Stampidede's Doings and Designs page, and show me what you've done with it. It is so fun to work with, and I hope you enjoy it. So that's it for today, and I hope you have a great 4th of July weekend, and God bless you, and I'll see you next Thursday.